What's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Big Star, Raw Sports Films, man. Appreciate y'all joining me this evening here for a classic, 2020 grand finale of Legends Week. Tonight we got, high school legend, college legend. I see the voice in the building. I see you, big dog. I see you. I see the voice. I miss you, man. Tonight we got a good one, voice. Make sure you stay tuned, man. Billy Hoy, I appreciate you tuning in, man. You've been tuning in ever since you first jumped on. Tonight we got a classic, man. Some hoop history is definitely going to be told tonight from NBA legend Chris Childs, college star, Boise State University. Boise State University. I'm sorry. Alvin Williams. I see you, big dog. I see you, Al. Appreciate you tuning in. We got Chris Childs on tonight, man. Played in the CBA, had a non-traditional route, to the pros. I see Chris Childs has joined us. He had a non-traditional route to the NBA. Tore it up, did a great job, and got called up from the CBA to the NBA. We're gonna get my man Chris Childs on. Hey, Chris, if you saw the button to send me a request to join, click that, or I'll try to pull you on manually. See if I can just do that. Give me a second. Chris, I just sent you the request to join manually. Hopefully it pulls you on the screen pretty easy. No doubt, Al, for sure. Hey, Al, stay on. Hey, Childs, you there, big dog?
Yo.
My guy, Chris Childs, the legend. How you feel, big dog?
Hold on, let me get this straight.
Yeah, take your time. I'm doing the same thing. Get myself adjusted. Get adjusted, get comfortable, man.
I'm good. What's up?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed by the best, man. I can't complain. Hey, real quick, just want to shout out another legend.
I heard you say what's up to my boy. Hey, Boogie.
Yeah. Alvin Williams is on. If you see it right there, I'm gonna pin it right there. He said that's Academy of Hoops. That's Alvin Williams right there. He said that's
okay,
my running mate.
Toronto. That's right. That's my boy.
That's right. Another Philly legend, man. Alvin Williams. Shout out to you, Al. Appreciate you tuning in, big dog. Hey, Chris, I just want to let you know, man, I'm so thankful, man. I'm such an honor to be sitting here with you tonight, man. I appreciate your time and scheduling with me to jump on Legends Week, man, to talk to the younger generation and talk to the people about some hoop history, man.
My pleasure.
Yes, sir. Just want to let you know real quick, man, two things. I got a lot of ground I want to cover with you tonight, man. Two things as far as the purpose and the whole mission behind Legends Week and why I started this whole thing. I'm in love with hoop history, I'm saying, the old school, that's my thing, the history behind the game and everything. And individuals like yourself, man, the reason why I have you on is because, I don't ever want anyone to forget about the Chris Childs legacy, I'm saying, about your history, things that you did on the high school level, in college at Boise State. Your non-traditional path, which is really inspiring, going through the CBA and everything, paying your dues, getting called up to the NBA, and just your contribution to the game as a whole. I don't want people to forget, your contribution, man. And so this is just my way of giving you your flowers and saying thank you so much for everything that you gave. Also, I promote, current high school athletes and college athletes and everything. So this is really good and really big for these younger players in high school now that are trying to get to where you were, that are trying to, trying to accomplish some of the things that you've accomplished. And for them to be able to hear your story and your testimony, man, it's really helpful to these high school kids. A lot of them be tuning in, and I get a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages from them. Just saying how they appreciate hearing, OG stories like yourself, man. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. And we're going to have a blast, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm glad to be a part of it, man. I see a lot of people coming on here. I seen your thing with your kid.
No doubt. Thank you, man. Oh,
yeah, I love.
Yes, right. If we could take a quick I appreciate you mentioning that. Shout out to my boy, my firstborn, the King, Safir Starling. He's a biology major at Virginia Union University, the alma mater of Ben Wallace, went to VUU. Got some notable players there, but he's a biology major. He's a third year biology student. His overall GPA is a 3.5 now. Just got his most recent report card, and he's killing it, man, making mom and dad proud, man. Shout out to my boy Safizi, man.
Yeah, that's fire, man. I like to hear that.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, we're going to get right into it, Chris Childs. Again, thank you. We're going to play a quick game. I call it 10 random questions just to kind of get us warmed up, before we get into the story. Is that all right?
Let's do it.
All right. So, who's a local player in the California area that inspired you, playing ball, in the 80s or, when you was coming up?
Well, of course it was Magic Johnson coming through there,
Gotcha.
with the Lakers. But for me, for some reason, I loved the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay.
Watching Doc and Mo Cheeks and all those guys play. So I had a little bit of the West Coast and Magic, and then the East Coast with Dr. J.
Got you. What about some local guys, like, local players that we may not have heard of in the playground and stuff? Some local California guys who inspired you coming up.
Oh, my brother played.
Okay.
He's like 9 years older than me. He went to Oregon State for a couple years.
Okay.
And he was definitely more talented than I was.
Okay.
Because he can do it all. But I guess I just had the more ferocity and desire.
Yeah.
Win at all costs mentality. So
gotcha.
Wherever he went, he took me. So everything that I was and I am today, I owe to him.
No doubt. Hey, I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb real quick so I don't get interrupted. Give me 1 second.
Cool.
All right, we good. Hey, all right. So you came up in what class were you in high school? Class of what?
85.
Okay, all right. So mid 80s. I'm big into documentaries and everything. You being from Cali, I figured I'd ask it. Did you hear of Demetrius Hook Mitchell like in the 80s when you was coming up?
Yeah, I know Hook. I know him personally.
Word. Yo,
yeah.
Tell the people, if the viewers, if you haven't seen the Demetrius Hook, Mitchell story, you have to see the documentary. Tell the people something about Hook, man, and what you know about him personally and how talented he was, man.
A lot of times when they're doing docs series on people and you get the bad stories of him going to prison and everything. Mm-hmm. One of the nicest brothers you ever want to meet. Give you the shirt off his back. Mm-hmm. He's very, quiet. He's not one of those loud vocal guys you would think from stories that he's like that, but he's nothing like that. He's just such a good dude. Mm-hmm. Just had some bad breaks, but a guy that was probably not even 6 feet. Mm-hmm. That was not just a high fly. He was a power dunker.
Yes.
Every time he would dunk, you would hear it, like it would hurt.
Yes.
So Hook, man, can get up, man. When I they showed the jumping over the car.
Yeah.
That don't do it no justice.
That's
man.
light. I'm sure he probably like, man, that's light. That's light.
Man, Hook could probably jump over an 18-wheeler, man.
Yo, that's crazy, man. Yo, I have to find him, man. I have to find him. If there's any way that I could find him, I would love to find him, to be able to, even if he doesn't have social media, to try to figure out a way, somebody who does, so I can see his face, so I can hear his voice. Man, if God will align that for us, that'll be a blessing, man. I would love.
Yeah, I'll try to reach out.
Please, that'll be a blessing.
I think he's still in Oakland.
Okay.
Last time I checked, I don't know if he's incarcerated or not, but
well, I recently saw. I recently know how you look on Instagram and just do a hashtag. I hashtag recently Hook Mitchell just today, and I saw a female, somebody, maybe a family member, who took a picture of him only like a couple days ago, maybe on Christmas or something like that. So he's around. You know what I'm saying? According to this photograph.
I'll find him. I'll hit some of my people and I'll hit Gary Payton to see if he knows where he's at.
God bless. That'd be a blessing, man, and an honor. All right. So another question. In the 80s, tell me about regarding the California hip hop scene in the 80s. What was it like? Were you popping and locking? Was you breaking in the 80s? Like, what was the rap? What was the scene like in the 80s for hip hop?
Well, I mean, in California, it was like gangbangers. Everybody was gangbanging, but
okay.
The gangbangers would tell me, man, you don't want this life. You keep hooping, keep doing what you're doing. But sometimes you take heed to it, and then other times you just want to see, you want to fit in. But I wasn't no break dancer, man. I was just a straight hooper. I'm a hip hop junkie.
No doubt.
but I was hooping and I was just playing baseball. Yeah.
No doubt. That's what's up. Regarding hoops, what's the most points you ever put up in the box score at any level? Summer league, high school, college, pro, most points you ever had, you think?
I think I know in the pros my high was 32 or 37 one, but I had a 50-point game in high school.
Okay.
I had a 50, I think it was like 53 with a tour team.
Okay.
But I was always trying to be the complete player.
I understand. I understand.
I was watching Magic, and a lot of guys. You're responsible for more than 50. If you got 20 points and 10 assists and 8 rebounds and 4 steals, you're responsible for at least 60 points. So
no doubt.
I used to try to fill up the whole entire box score.
That totally makes sense. What's one of your favorite TV shows from the 80s growing up?
Oh man, from the 80s, man, let me see. Probably, back then it's probably, I don't know if the Cosby was in the 80s yet.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that was the 80s. That was
that was the 80s, right?
Yeah, Cosby Show. Yeah, that started in the 80s.
So it was like everybody else, the Cosby Show.
Cosby Show, yeah.
In the heat of the night.
Oh, yo, hold up, pause. Yo, that's one of the most unsung TV shows in history. Yo,
right.
Don't nobody, listen, Chris, when everybody talk about good TV shows, don't nobody mention In the Heat of the Night. That was my joint, dog.
Yeah.
Every episode was like a little movie, dog.
Mr. Tibbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the Heat of the Night was a good joint, man.
And then you had, I think Good Times was out there.
Of course.
What's
happening and all that.
What's happening, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, I'm tripping. Sanford and Son, man.
Come on, you tripping.
Sanford and Son.
That's right. And that's Cali-based shows right there. Sanford and Son, good. What's happening? They all Cali shows right there, based out in Cali for sure.
Facts.
What's up? Who's one of the toughest players you had to guard at any level in the pros, college that you remember guarding?
Well, I mean, the pros is definitely MJ and AI. My man, most underrated, or two of the most underrated point guards ever played a game, and Rod Strickland and Terrell Brandon.
Okay, got you. Yep.
They was monsters. So, I mean, I can keep on and on and on. Every guy in the NBA, if you're a great offensive player, defensively, you can only hope to contain them. You can't stop a great offensive player.
Basically.
So, when all these people say, oh, he's a Kobe stopper, ain't no such, that doesn't exist. We just try to, as defenders, we just try to do our best to contain them and not let them, go crazy.
So he don't make the court his playground that night.
Exactly. Really, man, I told him T. Brandon, very underrated.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Another 80s question. What's one of your favorite cartoons growing up in the 80s?
Oh man, I was the Bugs Bunny and the Coyote.
Yep.
Heckle and Jekyll, the two black crows.
Yes. Oh man, another underrated crew. Nobody talks about Heckle and Jekyll, the two black crows.
Yeah. Yosemite Sam. I was on all of them, man.
For sure. Who was one of your personal? Well, you mentioned Magic Johnson. Besides Magic, somebody else that you enjoyed NBA wise when you was coming up.
I mean, it was really because baseball was my sport, so I didn't really, like I said, I've watched, all the players.
Okay, well, I switch it. Favorite baseball player, then one of your favorite baseball players.
Ricky Henderson.
Okay.
Ricky Henderson, the way he has swag. When he hit a home run, before he get to first base, he dancing and pimping and popping his collar and everything.
No doubt. I got to look up some highlights. I'm sure.
You got to, man. They be mad as hell because Ricky be out there showboating, man.
Wow, had that swag, huh?
Man, he run the base, popping his collar, stutter stepping, and that in that sport, those other ones, they definitely didn't like that.
Yeah, they ain't appreciate that type of player.
And then you couldn't. If you threw at him, he go run towards the mound and get busy. So Ricky Henderson, man.
That makes me that's why I love our people, man, because we always do it different.
Right. We do it different and they try to steal it.
Yeah, for sure. What's some of your favorite you can either do sports related movies or just some of your favorite movies in general, but a sports related movie and then just a favorite movie in general.
All right, sports related. One of my favorite movies is The Fish to Save Pittsburgh.
Ooh, classic, man. Classic. Dr. J, classic, man.
Dr. J, man, and the dude Bullet, and then, other than that, Coolie High.
Yeah. Oh man, one of the saddest movies, man. It was
Yeah,
dope, but when it get toward the end, man, when they're chasing, you know what I mean, chasing
right,
Cochise, and it's just like
right,
the vibe. And then when Damon and them, you know, Stone and Roberts catch him, and, oh man,
right,
that's a bad vibe, man. Even when they with the whole police car chase, when they get locked up and they see him getting out, not knowing that his teacher got the hookup, you know what I'm saying? But when
right,
they see him walking
right,
out, oh no, he snitched on us. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Poolie Eye, Life,
Classic.
the Mac.
Goldie. Come on now. You
Goldie,
preaching now.
yeah,
You preaching.
yeah,
You preaching,
yeah,
Chris.
yeah. The Mac, Cotton Come to Harlem. Which way is
Oh
up?
man, come on.
Do the right
You a
thing.
movie junkie. You a junkie
Yeah,
for real.
yeah. But it's a movie out right now, bro. Everybody has to watch it. It's called, I think it's called Out of Sight or Out of something. It's on Netflix.
Okay. I gotta look that
And
up.
yeah, and it speaks about how we as people have forgotten who we are
I understand.
and where we've come from,
Okay.
and how do we get to where we are today because
Okay.
of how they sent people over here to assassinate our people. So it's a dope movie to sit down and watch with your child.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Look at Cornbread Earl and Me.
Cornbread Earl and Me. They shot
Yeah,
Cornbread with little
Sunshine.
Larry Fishburne. You know what I mean?
You
Cameo.
know, I'm gonna get the name of it real quick. Hold on one
Take your
second.
time. I'm on your time. This is dope. I appreciate it, man. Hey, for everybody tuned in, man, you here with Big Star Raw Sports Films. It's Legends Week, and we got my man Chris Childs on, man, just warming up, going through the 10 random questions, man. We about to get into the story, but just talking movies and just, you know, off the court type stuff. You know, nothing even basketball related right now, man. Talking movies, man. This is dope, man.
Yeah, it's called Out of Darkness.
Out of Darkness. All right, Out of
Yeah,
Darkness.
Out
Everybody,
of
make sure
Darkness.
y'all check that out. He said it's on Netflix. It's called Out of Darkness. I'm gonna make sure I check that out. And, you know, definitely watch that with the fam for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Star Diva,
Oh,
Stars Diva.
that's my wife right there. That's shout out to my
Okay,
wife.
thank you.
Hey, Chris, tell her one of the first things you said about my boy earlier, because she wasn't on.
Oh, I told him congratulations, big up. So that's something that's powerful when a young man and father are sharing something like that. That's big because it's always sports. We don't get the other side of the academics. So kudos to both of you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
she
it.
got Out of Darkness. Yeah,
No
that's
doubt,
it.
no doubt. Appreciate it, man. Hey, last question of the 10 random questions. Oh, the movie when Colors came out. When Colors came out, I mean, you guys were
I
living
forgot
that
that one too.
Colors.
Yeah,
Yeah. You guys were living that you know, living that lifestyle. So like, what is it like for you guys when a movie like that comes out? You know what I'm saying? Is it like, you know what I mean? Like, what was the impact on you guys out there?
You know, it's tough, man, because you know me coming. I'm in Bakersfield.
Mm-hmm.
LA is an hour and a half away, so we
Oh
used
wow,
to
you that
go.
close?
Yeah, we used to go to LA and go to concerts. And I remember one time we got shot at by some Rolling 60s.
Wow.
And I had me and my boy, it was three of us. One jumped in the car. They started shooting. We had to jump in the back of the truck in the flatbed.
Wow.
And we just went back home and we had like 8 bullets holes in the car. What's up, Luke? Look, he said, you got any bars? I ain't spitting tonight, Luke.
Oh, don't tell me you an MC.
No,
Chris. Don't tell me you an
no.
MC.
I ain't spitting tonight, man.
No.
But yeah, man, that you know, people see it on TV,
Yeah.
but to experience the not wear the the wrong colors in the wrong neighborhood or say the wrong thing to somebody, and it's just a crazy way to live, man. And I love my town where I'm from. I love Cali, but I don't go back as much because there's too much going on. But I love them from a distance. Bakersfield 805. I love y'all. Don't trip.
No doubt, and we'll definitely talk more about that just the culture and everything, man, because I think it's important for the people to know, and I'm curious as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on the show. Hey, so if we can, man, let's start us off. So just reintroduce yourself to the people, and how I like to do my interviews. I appreciate just kind of your personality and everything already.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get in the way of you telling your story. I want you to be comfortable to be able to tell the story how you want to tell it. I have questions, and I'll just kind of flow with your flow. But if you can, man, just reintroduce yourself to the people, to the audience, and just start us off where your story begins, and we'll just start there.
All right. Yeah, this is Chris Childs, former New York Knicks, 10-year vet. Played for 3 NBA teams, the Knicks, Nets, and Raptors. Grew up in Bakersfield, California. Got 2 brothers, 3 sisters, mother and father, good family. Always, we were very close. We did everything together, supported each other in everybody's endeavors, sports, school, business, whatnot. But I tell everybody, my parents always instilled in us to play any sport you want or do something, be active. And that's what we all did. And I was a baseball player.
Gotcha.
As well. That was my favorite sport. But the basketball Jones came with my brother and him taking me everywhere to go with him to play. And so I started playing basketball at 4.
Wow, gotcha.
I had a ball in my hand. We had a basketball court in the backyard. So I just started dribbling. And my brother's like, no, you got to do it like this. And he showed me, the way to do it. And so I gradually, progressed. But I was still in love with baseball.
Gotcha.
And growing up in California at that time, there was a lot of great baseball players, whether in Bakersfield, LA, Oakland, San Francisco, area, Sacramento. I mean, just a lot of great baseball players. And so that was my dream, is to be a professional baseball player. But basketball-wise, everybody kept comparing myself and my brother.
Okay.
You're not better than James was. So that fueled that fire.
Yeah.
That I'll show you better than I can tell you.
Of course. Yep.
And so my freshman year, I mean, I was good to grade 1st through 6th, and 4th grade I was playing with the 6th grade team.
Okay.
Then in junior high, my name started getting that buzz. Get to high school, my freshman year, I'm like, all right, I know I'm better than a lot of the guys on varsity, so I'm getting ready to play varsity. Yeah. Because that was my standard, because my brother, as a freshman, started varsity.
Gotcha.
And so I'm like, all right, this is where the sibling, like, look at white
sibling rivalry, she knows, because we got 4 boys, so she knows that well.
Right. So that's where it all started. So I get there, and so I'm like, all right, I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna play. So the coach, let me back up. And so I'm doing well. I'm competing. So back in the day in my hometown, there used to be a Black History Parade on Saturdays. And so the guys in the locker room, hey, we ain't coming to practice. We going to the Black History Parade. This is the senior, the upperclassmen. So I'm a freshman. So I'm like, okay, I didn't start it, but I'm like, okay. So we go to the parade, don't go to practice. So the coach is home. Come back to practice, I get the blame. I'm like, so I think he was using that as an excuse to send me down to JV.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how did I become the leader when you guys see me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm hot. So I'm like, I'm gonna make everybody pay. So I go down there, play that, half the year, and I go back up to varsity, get into a fight at school on campus, get kicked out of school.
Wow. This is all in your freshman year?
This is the start of my sophomore year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gotcha.
Sophomore year. So I get kicked out of school. First fight I ever had in school. All right. Our family all went to the same high school. And so my brother was the star, and he ran the school. So I think that had something to do with it. They were still envious of the love and, that he had, and the power that our family just had as a whole. So I couldn't go to no public school in Bakersfield, California.
Gotcha.
I go to a private school, Garces High School. I go out, so our basketball season's over, so I go out for the baseball team. Second day of practice, I get into a fight. Cat called me the N-word.
Wow.
So before he can get the ER out his mouth, I was on him. And so at that time, my dad and mom was like, all right, you're going to school in Washington.
Got you.
So I had to go all the way to Washington State to go to school with my cousin.
Got you.
First day of school, I punched the biggest dude in the school. My dad told me that. Went into the cafeteria, walked up to the biggest dude and just punched him in his jaw.
Wait, why, Chris? What's going on?
My father,
Pause right there. Just hold that train of thought because I'm curious of where you're going. I'm loving the story. What's going through your mind during those times? Like, to help me, what's going on inside? What's going on inside at that time?
Well, I'm still upset. I'm not an angry person, but I'm just upset that the team that we had at my high school, Foothills High School, was probably we were ranked high in the nation.
Okay.
So we were getting ready to go to state, and I couldn't be a part of that.
I understand. So it was like the frustration you was carrying.
Yeah, I was like, dang. But my dad had always told me, when you go somewhere, find the biggest dude and hit him in his jaw. So that's what I did. But what he didn't tell me is what to do afterwards. And so I hit him one. He hit me 4 times. And so now we're brawling. And so my father gave me a little bitty, remember them little bitty knives that used to go on the keychain?
Yes, the little keychain, little flick out joint. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So I had one of them, and so I had to cut him.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I don't want all the kids to think that that's how I am, but
yeah.
You know, growing up that way, I think at that time, at that last stop in Washington, I was just fed up.
I understand.
I was fed up, and so I end up staying there the whole year, going back and finishing up in high school, and then my senior year, they said I was militant. All right. And the reason they said I was militant is because I protested the ACT and the SAT test. I thought it's biased.
Props to you, man. Oh, that's amazing, man. Talk about that, man.
Yeah, it's biased towards minorities. And so my father always told me, if you believe something strongly enough, then you speak about it. You don't let anybody deter you from your thoughts and your feelings. And so I had like 30-some colleges coming after me. But once I protested and they put in the paper I was militant, all the schools left. But I stuck to my guard, and I said, and I spoke about it in the paper, on the news. I had at least 30 students at the school protesting with me because it's straight up biased.
For sure. Yep.
And so finally it was getting close to the time for me to find a college. And so I was going to go to SMU, but they had got the death penalty with something that one of the players did.
Some scandal stuff,
Yeah, I was on my way to UNLV. They signed Greg Anthony, and Tart told me that I wouldn't start. And I'm like, I gave Greg Anthony 39 when he's at Portland State. So I said, all right. So the coach in my town that coached the college team, and he coached Leon Woods at Cal State Fullerton when they went to the Final Four. He ended up coaching at Boise State and gave me a call and said, we want you. Okay. And so I signed, went to Boise, started all 4 years. First day on campus, I walked up to the senior point guard and said, I'm taking your spot.
You ain't punching. You just told him I'm taking your spot.
I just said, I'm taking your spot. And he looked me up and down like, this little scrawny kid. And lo and behold, after a week of being there, I took his spot.
Wow.
And at that moment, I'm so hungry because of how all the schools disappeared. And then once I took the test and blew it out the water, they wanted to come back. And at that time, I'm like, nah, I'm good. And so 4 years at Boise State, started every game. Awesome. All league every year, MVP my senior year. We go to the NCAAs. We play Michigan with Gary Grant, Lloyd Vaught, Sean Higgins.
I think I heard you had a good tournament. You had a good tournament, right?
Yeah, I played well, and that put me on the map because I was one of the best guards to come out the West.
Okay.
But again, still on that roller coaster of having to prove myself.
Yeah.
And didn't get drafted. I was supposed to be in late first round draft pick.
Like, did you have an agent that, like, was people telling you stuff? Like, what were you hearing?
Yeah, I was like, you're going. It went from your first round draft, and then we went to the pre-draft camp. Nothing was said. It was still all right. I played well, going up against me, Rod, Strickland, Tim Hardaway, Dana Barrows, all those guys. We all came out at the same time, and so I'm killing. You know, but I guess things that start trickulating, and they was like, well, he's not mature enough. He's partying. I'm doing everything everybody else is doing. If we don't have a game. I'm 21 at the time. We go out to eat. I might have a beer. Yeah. You know, I might have a glass of wine. I might go to a club or whatever. But what I've learned from that experience is that when you don't go to a major college, you can't make the same mistakes as they do.
I understand.
See what I mean? So there's a puzzle. And in a puzzle, some pieces are bigger than others.
I understand.
But it's still a puzzle. So I was disappointed. But going through the CBA and playing in that league with that talent and that type of, you know, motivation, 5 years I had to suck it up for 5 whole years. Went to rehab 1 year with John Lucas for alcohol abuse.
Yeah, I heard about that. So tell me about that if you can briefly.
Well, during the time in the CBA, I had 2 children at the time. And
for the younger viewers, the CBA, the CBA no longer exists, and it's the G League now.
It's the G League. It was the D League, now it's the G League.
Gotcha.
Which is better because you have team affiliation, so you belong with just one team instead of being a whole Milton pot. And but I didn't think I had a problem because I was just, you know, game over. I go to the bar, have some drinks, whatever. But it's not just the alcohol; it's the everyday. What's the word I'm looking for? The inconsistencies in your everyday life. You got kids, so you can't afford to spend money and do this. You have a wife, you can't do that. So it was just, I wasn't being a professional. I wasn't being a professional player, and I wasn't being a professional father and husband.
I understand.
So that part I had to get corrected. So the breaking point was I was out, you know, drinking heavily, you know, all night, and get to the house, and I wake up. I miss practice. I wake up.
Wow.
Yeah, I wake up, and I'm sleeping at the foot of my son's bed. And so when that happened, I said, you know what? It's time to, you know, check yourself.
Yeah.
And so, man, I had an unbelievable owner, rest in peace, named Ann DeLong.
Okay.
White lady, man. I mean, I get chills talking about her to this day because she was the owner, and she said, Chris, I'm going to go with you. Took me on her plane, flew me down to Houston, took me to the place, and said, you have a place on my team whenever you're ready.
Wow. And she was the owner of the Quad City Thunder, right?
The Quad City Thunder. She was the owner. Bro, I've never seen anybody do anything like that. And she's
wow, that's special.
She'll always have a special place in my heart. And so I go down there.
And the rehab was that John Lucas's
John
rehab?
Lucas, yeah. It was and it was a basketball team. So we were the Tropic Thunder.
Oh, no doubt.
The Tropics. And so it was me. I ain't gonna bring up anybody else's name because they might not want to tell that.
I got you. Yep.
So I'm gonna just leave it that I was there. I know I was there.
No doubt.
And so we get there, and so we working out every day, 5:30 in the morning. We go to the track.
So it was like a sports related rehab. It was rehab.
Right.
It had a sports component to it.
It had a sports component
because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it was football players there.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, man. I've never
Yeah.
heard of this.
And so John would we had a house, different floors, and we would have to get up at 4:30, eat, be in the van by 5, and go to the track by 5:30. So we would run in the track, and then he had a building where he had weights and stuff, and he had a 90-degree hill with astroturf on it, and you had to dribble up that hill for an hour.
Wow.
And so we did that. We was there for 30 days. And so that's right, there we go. We were the Miami Tropics since we left Houston and moved down to Miami to play in the league during the season. Because there were other teams. I think it was an ABA league.
Okay.
I played against Daryl Armstrong in that league, a few other guys that were Bo Outlaw that were in the NBA. And so we get down to Miami, and I've known John and Luke. He'll tell you this story. I'll call him Lukey. All right? We all call him Lukey. So when you say Coach Luke, he know you done did something wrong. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just setting you up for what I'm about to tell you. So we get down there, we get to the hotel. I'm like, man, I'm going to the store. Go to the store, get 2 cases of beer, put them in a room. We go practice. We come home, me and a couple of fellas, we popping beers. So this go on for about 3 days. And so one day we get into practice, and we had went out and started drinking hard. And so what happens when you drink and you don't get the proper rest or eat the proper food, you start sweating. You can smell it through your pores.
Yep. Comes out in your pores. Yep.
Right. And so we're at practice. We sweating. I mean, just drenching sweat. And so I see Luke looking at me, right? And so, like, one group was at the free throw line. The other group was at the free throw line. So Luke is at the other end. Hey, what's up, Toku? She laughing. I know. Toku. It's for purpose. And so Luke at one end, I'm at the other. And so I see him, I'm eyeing him out the corner of my eye. I'm shooting, I see him coming. As soon as he started walking down, I start walking to the other end because you're supposed to shoot and go to the other end, keep going back and forth. And so every he come back, I go the other way. So finally he said, bump this in the middle of the circle. So we come to the middle of the circle, I step back. And he said, Chris, he said, I can't remember what the exact words. And I was like, Coach Luke, what you talking about? He's like, I know it. I knew it because you usually call me Luke. You said Coach Luke. He said, this is what we're going to do. It was another cat with me that got busted. We were getting ready for the playoffs. So he said, y'all not playing in the playoffs. You going to a hardcore rehab facility.
Wow.
It was called A Better Way in Miami. You can leave anytime. But if we had left, we wouldn't have been able to play no more. So he's like, y'all go in there for 30 days. Hardcore, all right? I'm explaining what was going on. So my boy that was with me, 6'6" dude, crying.
Oh, man.
I said, don't do that, man. They gonna take it back. I can't do this. I can't. Don't do it. And so he left after 3 days.
Wow. At the new one.
At the new one. So it was just me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. So stand on my head, right? Yeah. So what you do is you go to meetings every day. You still work out. You go to group meetings. But you enter like it's like a prison really with the bunk beds or whatever.
Oh,
you got
wow.
Yeah, man.
Completely different atmosphere.
Man, I seen dudes getting down with dudes. I seen dudes getting sliced.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It was
it was the real deal. Wow.
Yeah, they all court ordered.
Oh man, this is a whole different level right here.
Right. And so I'm like, okay. So I get down to like 25 days. I got 5 days left. So I'm doing a countdown while I'm in, the joint. they relayed a message to Luke, and he didn't like it. He said, why is he counting down the days? So on day number 30, I'm packing my stuff up. The counselor come in and said, where you going?
Wow.
I said, 30. He said, nah, Luke said, you got to stay long.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
So I end up staying 54 days. When I got out, I was so mad.
I know you was.
I was hot, bro. I was like, I cussed him out, but he laughed.
Yeah.
He laughed at it. He said, well, you're better now.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I know you're better. I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And so went back to playing, went back to Houston, working out. I mean, every day working out. And so Dennis Rodman came down there to work out.
Okay.
And he had on jeans and Timberlands and could outrun everybody. I mean, this dude was like a machine, man. It's like,
wow.
Like, what's the dude from Rocky? Drago, whatever.
Drago, yeah.
Yeah, like a machine. And so after I got out of there, it still took me 4 years to make it because, I played with Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Tried out with him in San Antonio, and he cut me.
Yeah.
You know, but it was a numbers game because they drafted a guy. I was killing him, giving him the business. Chris Whitney, you know who it is.
Uh-huh.
But no, that's my boy. And after that was my 4th year. So this would have been my 5th year in the CBA. Mm-hmm. So I made up my mind. I said, this is the year that I'm going to make it because now I know the reason that I'm not in the NBA is not that I don't have the talent. It's because I don't know how to run a team.
I understand.
So I learned how to run a team, and we won the championship.
Okay.
And that's when Willis Reed gave me the call. He
okay.
said, we want you to come try out with the Nets, And I still had to prove myself. Like, they gave me a partial.
Okay.
$75,000. I'm like, man. I said, who I got to beat out? They said David Wesley. I'm like, all right, no problem.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
So I got with him. They traded him, and within a week, he couldn't even get the ball past half court.
Wow, he was locking down on D and everything.
Man, I was hungry.
Yeah,
they knew it. Yeah. At that time, I was in the best shape of my life. I was bench pressing 345.
Wow.
I was in the best shape out of anybody on the team. Me and Jason Williams was in Jersey, so they knew, and so I played well. You know, was coming off the bench, backing up Kenny Anderson.
Hey, before you go there, real quick, pause that. The rehab experience when Coach Lucas said that you was upset, but he told you that you were better.
Right.
What did you gain from that experience overall, and then how did that what did that do for you besides just the sobriety and everything?
Well, it's not only just the drinking. I learned how to live on life terms. All right. See, the drinking is just one of the symptoms. Yeah. We don't know how to live on life terms. We don't know how to open up. We suppress everything. You suppress it when you're in an addiction. So I learned how to talk more. Okay. I learned how to open up more. I learned how to love myself more. You know what I mean? And so that brought out the confidence. Gotcha. And it also humbled me that if you continue down that line and live that life, you can end up being in a place like this.
I understand.
See what I mean? So and then that just prepared me for how I was going to approach my craft going forward, getting in the NBA, being a professional, understanding it's a business and I got to take it more serious.
No doubt.
I thought I was serious, but I wasn't serious enough. So that whole experience, I needed it. I wasn't one of those that just drink every day, type thing. If I wanted to go out and drink, I would drink. But what I've learned was that I wasn't responsible. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So if you drinking and you call a cab, that's cool. If you drink and you get in a car, you go kill somebody or kill yourself. Yeah, true. You know what I mean? So that's being irresponsible. So that in that perspective, a better way was the best thing for Chris. Gotcha. Yep. So it made the game a lot easier.
Yeah, yeah. So
You know
pick
what I
up. You
mean?
said with the Nets, you're there. Just pick up there.
Yeah. So I'm there, and this is first year. We didn't win. We didn't win that much, but we had fun. You know, we
Hmm.
had a crazy team. Me, uh, Derek Coleman, Kenny Anderson, Chris Morris, Dwayne Simpson, Benoit Benjamin, rest in peace, Armand Gilliam,
Hmm.
uh,
That's a
Kevin
class. That's
Williams,
a classic crew right there, though, man.
Rex Walters, uh, Jason Williams, Clifford Ray was our coach, one of our coaches, Butch Beard, Jerry Eve, Stan Allback, just the whole crew. I can't remember the trainer's name. Dang, I hate that. The Ball Boys, Mike Carter, uh, all those cats, man. It was the best time ever,
That's awesome, man.
to be around. But these guys, I won't say that they weren't serious. We just
Hmm.
didn't click the way we should have because we had a good team.
Yeah.
And then the second year, I played so well. Well, the first year I played so well, they traded Kenny Anderson
Okay.
to Portland, and so now it's my team.
Hmm.
Still had to prove myself. 1 year contract, 150,000. I'm like,
Hmm.
dang, okay,
Wow. Yeah.
so good. So at that time, now it's my team. I got the neon light.
Hmm.
So the Bulls come in, Mike talking crazy. I gave him a triple double.
Ooh.
And from that point on, me and him just battled.
Yeah.
From there on, it was like we almost got in the fisticuffs a couple of times
Yeah.
because Mike can get dirty, and I like if you play hard, that's fine.
Yeah.
But when you start throwing elbows above the shoulders, then I got a
Yeah.
problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But played well, man, the whole year. I think I was maybe third or fourth in the league in 3-point percentage shooting.
Nice.
We're shooting high 80 free throw percentage. So had a great year. Now everybody is taking notice.
Hmm.
Free agency comes
Okay.
about.
Okay.
So it was between the Knicks and the Lakers.
Uh-huh. Now, were you did you have like an agent kind of helping you to negotiate, or were you negotiating
No,
yourself,
I
doing your
did
own
it
thing?
myself. Yeah, I
Okay.
did it myself.
Hmm.
I had a lawyer that because you
Yeah,
only have to
a
pay
lawyer.
them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
had them
understand.
read the fine print. But
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know why people get agents because they
Hmm.
only like. I heard somebody else say it, but I had said it before. They only work for you one time. They sit down and collect money for the whole year.
Yeah. Yeah. True. True.
So you know what I mean. They pick up a phone, Nike. Okay, how much?
Yeah.
Uh, TV appearances, bar mitzvahs.
Uh-huh.
So nah, I didn't do that, man. So
Yeah.
it was between New York and LA. LA only wanted to give me 5 years. New York
Hmm.
was giving me 6.
Okay.
So I had to max out. I wanted to go home. My dream was always playing at home,
Yeah.
so my family and friends can see me. But they had to watch me on Yes TV now because I was going to New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Myself, Larry Johnson, and Allen Houston signed at the same time.
Got you. Got you.
And we were the new guys in town, and that first year we got busy, and I think we would have gave the Bulls all they can handle if it wasn't for the altercation in Miami.
Yeah. And what altercation are you talking about?
When Charlie and PJ
Okay.
got into it, where guys came off the bench, and at
Oh,
that
got
time,
you. Yeah. Yeah.
what she talking about? Fit for purpose. I should be an agent. You should. New York, New York. Woo woo. That's right. And so, yeah, man. We that rule was that if your big toe was over the line, that meant you're on the court and you
As
get
far as far as
suspended.
far as clearing the bench, like the clearing
Right,
the bench and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
right. And so that hurt us because we were up 3-1.
Got you.
We were up 3-1, and then we lose that game.
Hmm.
We know we're gonna go back to New York
Yeah.
and mop them boys up. But when they suspended 5 of our guys and only think 2 or 3 of theirs, and you had to split.
Mm.
And so game 6, I mean, I wanted to play the whole game, but You know, because I had like 18 in the first half.
Wow, killing them.
In the second half, for some reason, Jeff thought I was tired, but I wasn't. But
Yeah,
we ended up losing, and then they beat us in Miami. But
gotcha.
that
And
team,
who are some of the players that Miami had that then, just to
the
put in
same to
perspective
the,
for them?
we had Dan Marley, Tim Hardaway, Alonzo,
So, that's that. Tough team.
Isaac Austin. They had I don't know if Terry Porter was on that team or not. Jamal Mashburn, Clarence Witherspoon.
Okay, Spoon, got you.
PJ Brown. Can't remember the rest of the crew, but we mimicked each other.
Yeah, and who was you guarding during that
I was guarding Tim.
Tim Hardaway? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Tim lucky though. He lucky. Because hey, what's up, Pearl? My homeboy, Pearl Davis. Yeah, he got lucky because at that time, that's right after that was with the Michael, me and Michael got into it and I got kicked out and David Stern.
You and MJ.
Yeah, I threw the ball at him.
Okay.
And David Stern called me in the office and was like, "You can't do that," and getting 10 altercations. And so I was gonna get with Tim, but what was that just said? That's Oak. Chris.
I see. Yes, that's the Charles Oakley Foundation.
Yeah,
if that's Oakley, that's what's up.
Yeah, Oak, you know I had him on check, Doc.
That's the blessing. Appreciate Charles Oakley. If that's you checking in, I appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, that's Oak. That's him. That's my boy, man.
VUU in the building, Virginia Union University. VUU.
Yeah, that's my boy. What up, Oak? Hey, Albert, how you doing, man? But yeah, it was a great series, man. We had those boys, but it just wasn't meant to be. And then we continued battling with those guys throughout the years. 99. The old pen in again. Yeah, so 99 was the lockout year. And we made a lot of trades. You know, they brought in Spreewell, they brought in Marcus Camby, they get Kirk Thomas, they trade John. So we got new blood in. I was crushed because my boy Oak gone.
Yeah.
My boy John gone because that's we all play golf and cards together. So I wasn't too happy with that change.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't know if the guys coming in would play with the same tenacity and hunger and unselfishness that the guys that, they left. Yeah. Hey, what's up? What was that? Whoever it is, what's happening? And but they came in and brought new life. We played a different type of game. We were more up-tempo, but we didn't click right away. We started off real slow.
Gotcha.
And I think we had to win, 11 of our last 15 just to get in as an 8th seed.
Gotcha.
But we knew as long as we got in, we can beat Miami because we beat them all, throughout the year.
Throughout the year, yeah.
We had other series with them previous years. We knew we can beat them, man. Once we got in and met up with those guys, we knew it was going to be a war, but we knew we can beat them, man. We got it done.
Yeah.
Hey, Pearl, I need my glasses on, man.
Hey, curious, what was it like playing against MJ? Tell me a few MJ
What's up,
experiences. Tell me a few Michael Jordan experiences, man.
Oh, man, Mike, what is that? What can you really say that hasn't been said? I enjoyed the competition, Look at my son. Who are the top 5 guards of the 90s?
Ooh,
Dylan.
That's your boy right there.
Yeah, that's my son. So
shout out Jesse Childs. Shout out to you, King.
I'm gonna get to that story. So the top 5 guards in the 90s: AI.
Okay.
Rod Strickland.
Hot Rod.
Terrell Brandon. John Stockton. Gary Payton.
Classic. That's a great 5 right there.
Yeah. Those are the top 5. I would be crazy to put my name in there, but I was one of the top guards to defensively.
No doubt, no doubt, no
So
doubt.
I'm in that top 5.
No doubt.
But back to MJ, I love the competition, you know, playing against the best.
Uh-huh.
And he brought out the best. Like I said, we got in a couple of skirmishes or whatever, but it was all about competing because he knew I wouldn't back down.
Yeah.
He knew that whenever we played, that, you know, I'm gonna make sure he gets my best, and I know I'm gonna get his. But see, what people don't understand, what made Michael great was not just his athletic ability. His footwork was immaculate.
Gotcha.
I mean, same thing with Kobe, LeBron. All the greats, their footwork is what gets them to their positions. And so, but another story about Mike is that I'll be whooping him on the golf course.
Okay, talk about it.
Used to come to Miami.
Talk about it.
Oak, the contestants, he noticed too, because Oak called me and say, man, me and MJ gonna be down there in Miami. We want to play some golf. So we hooked up, went to the golf course and played, and I spanked him.
No doubt.
So they talk about who's the better.
Serious golf game too, huh?
Yeah. So they talk about Mike as a golfer. You can't mess with Chris Child.
I know that's right. That's what's up.
So I got him in something.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But but Mike's a good dude, man. We would go out to dinner afterwards and swap stories and smoke cigars and everything. Yeah. So yeah, Oak, Mike, Scottie Pippen, all those guys, man. We're brotherhood, and it'll always be that.
That's what's up. Yes, continue. I think where I stopped you at, you were talking about like the new cast that came in, making that work and everything.
So we had to win the last 11 out of 15. I think maybe 10 out of 15, but it took us a while to get going, to understand that we're playing a different style, different players, where guys want the ball, guys emotional. You know, you can talk to certain people one way and they get a reaction, or you talk to another guy another way, he might not react the same. So it's just getting to know your teammates, your players, and once we got that, we rolled on. We beat Miami. We swept Atlanta.
Okay.
Then we got Indiana, which was a battle. They've always had a great team.
Was that Reggie Miller, Rick Smits, and them guys?
That was Reggie, Mark, Rick, the Davis brothers. Byron Scott was coming off the bench. Sam Mitchell, George McCloud. I mean, they had a nice crew. Derek McKee. You know, they had a lot of length. Everybody other than Mark was 6'6", 6'7". And so we, you know, LJ hit the immaculate 3-point play and hit the free throw. You know, that puts us in the finals for the first time in 20 years. And hey, what's up, J Mac?
J Mac, that's my homie from my hometown in Norristown. He said I had to mention Rick Smits. That was my guy. That's what he said. Big time, Rick Smits. Rick Smits was the baseline jumper. That was my guy, man.
The Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Big Rick. Yeah. So yeah, man, it was a great experience getting there, and then we had to go up against the Twin Towers.
Gotcha.
San Antonio, and at that time, Patrick was out. LJ's back was messed up. My knees were shot. Everybody's banged up that time of year. But we were more banged up than them. And, you know, LJ happened to battle David and Tim, you know, along with, you know, Marcus could only do so much. And then Kirk Thomas could only do so much. Those guys were playing volleyball up there, man. And, you know, sometimes you just got to take your hat off and say they were a better team.
No doubt.
You know, which they were. I think our game plan should have been different, because I go back, like, I should have been more aggressive going at Avery, because I was bigger, faster, stronger. So I should have been more aggressive. But like I said, I was really banged up. But I'm gonna gut it out, because one thing is, and I tell the kids this, if you're hurt, you can play. If you're injured, you can't.
I understand.
That's the difference. And so I was hurt. So, hey, I'm going to play.
You're going to play. No, I appreciate you kind of putting that in perspective, because that's the first time that I've heard that frame of reference. And that is true. That's totally true. I know tons of players that played hurt. You know what I'm saying? You play hurt. Like you get hurt, you play hurt. But injuries, could be a totally different story.
You remember, I don't know if you remember this story. I think the 49ers were playing the Raiders. They were playing somebody. And Ronnie Lott finger got caught in somebody's
helmet.
Helmet.
I remember that. Yep.
And it was broken. Something happened. He was like, "Man, cut it off."
Oh, wow.
He said, "Cut it off. Cut my finger off. I'm ready to get back in the game."
Wow.
That's the type of hunger you have to have to be a professional. And so, like, if you hurt, you gotta suck it up and play.
Yeah.
Tape it up, whatever you gotta do. I play with fractures and broken fingers, whatever. Hey, tape it up, put two fingers together and get out there and get it.
And keep it moving. You know, the infamous the tape two fingers, that was infamous.
Yeah. And then they used to put if it was real bad, they put the little, like the popsicle stick.
Popsicle stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's classic right there.
Right.
That's classic, man. Yeah. So continue with the career.
So we lose to San Antonio in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
We got a break. So at that time, I go to Hawaii with, a buddy of mine and his wife, and then my fiance.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Kona, Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
So she's pregnant at the time. I was divorced for maybe 3 years at the time, maybe 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there. Me and my buddy, he plays golf too. So like, all right, let's go play some golf. So we go into the pro shop. Soon as we come out the pro shop, guess who we run into? David Robinson.
Wow. Yo, that's crazy.
They just beat us. And he happened to be in Hawaii the same play. He had a house there.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, "Hey man, can I play with you?" I said, "Nah, man, we got 4. We good."
Oh snap! No, you ain't dissing. You ain't dissing, dog. You
shot him down.
You hit him with the old school TikTok games lock.
Yeah, hey, I like my man said, I shot him down like a disco clown.
Yo, that's crazy. He said, "Nah, we good. We got 4."
I said, "No, we got 4." Dave. He said, "Oh, okay." It was only me. It was only me and my boy. So.
Yo, that's crazy. Around what year was this?
That was 99, right after the finals.
Oh no, that's funny, dog.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hate to be that, but I ain't want to be around him hearing all what his ring looked like. And
the story's gonna come up. Ain't trying to hear all that. He must around to be wearing that jaw. Yeah, I'm trying to hear all that. We good.
Yeah. So I made a putt, like I made a jump shot, man. I don't want to hear that, man.
Nah, I ain't trying to hear that.
So we play. So we get done playing golf. My boy is like, "Hey man, let's go have a drink. I want to talk to you." I'm like, "All right." So I'm drinking what I always drink, cranberry orange juice.
Mm-hmm.
He having a glass of wine. We talking. He's like, "Why don't y'all go ahead and get married now?"
Okay.
Like, man, where this come from?
Yeah.
I'm trying to relax and chill. So I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, she's pregnant. Da, 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 da. All right, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Get married on the beach. The guy that was doing it, a turtle came up.
Okay.
And he said that means good luck in Hawaii.
Wow.
He's a liar.
Wow. He was just in the moment.
Yeah, no, he did say that, but I didn't say that to him. But that marriage didn't last long.
Oh,
so.
Wow.
But I had 2 beautiful kids from that. She's a great mother.
Mm-hmm.
Done an unbelievable job. One of my daughters is at Clemson playing volleyball now.
Oh, nice. Salute to her. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and then my other daughter's down there at Georgia Southern.
Okay.
She
Awesome.
plays basketball. So there's good stories from all of that.
Yeah.
So we gonna move on to 2000. Get back to New York. Trade deadline come up.
Okay.
I'm hearing little rumors. I might not. So I stayed in Connecticut because we practiced in White Plains, and I drive to Hackensack, New Jersey, to get my hair cut at Celebrities. That's Derek Coleman's wife shop.
Okay.
And so my barber's in there. I go to him or he come to me. So I was going into the city because we were going to go out after the trade deadline. So we're in there talking, you know, playing dominoes, shooting craps, and drinking whatever. I get in the chair, get a haircut at 11. 11:59 and 30 seconds, my phone rang.
Wow.
30 seconds more, and I'm still a Knick. So I get traded to Toronto.
Are you serious, dog?
11:59:30.
Oh my gosh.
I know it like it was yesterday. I'm in the chair. I'm like, can you believe that? Everybody's like shocked, almost crying because that was my crew.
Yeah.
You know, it was like my boy Brad, Alibaba, Corey Haynes, Mike Carter. I know, you know, that was my crew. It was like 5 of us. We getting ready to go out. So we stuck. And so I'm like, and we still going out.
Wow. Dang, man, that's cold, man.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, but that's the business. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you say the same thing. That's the business. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's the business. So
wow, but you know, you develop these relationships with the city, with your homies, and it's like, you know, y'all have it's like a little fraternity for however long y'all together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so I'm like, Toronto. But when I got there, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I can do this.
I can do this. Because it's a beautiful city, beautiful people, great food, great environment. I met a lot of good people, and then when I got there, the coach was Lenny Wilkins.
Of course, legend, yep.
So I was like, oh yeah, and Lenny's so down to earth and cool. He lets you play. It's not. He was like night and day from Jeff.
Got you. Was it a warm welcome for you when you got there? You know, from the players and you know the whole organization and everything.
Because they knew what I brought to the table, and then Oak was already there because he had got traded a couple years before. And so he told them, you know, Chris come, y'all better be ready to practice because I don't take days off.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And so the competitiveness picked up in practice more, and then that's when I met A Boogie Alvin Williams, my man.
Yeah.
DC, Vince Carter, me and him were neighbors.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, Antonio Davis. That's where I first saw the vision that Dell Curry was instilling into Steph.
Okay. Wow, talk about it.
In 2000. My son and his son, let me see, in 2000, I think they had to be around 10.
And this is Steph, and this is little Steph Curry you're talking about, and your son.
This is Steph, Seth, and my son would come to practice, and they would shoot afterwards.
Wow.
And when my son was in town, because my son was living with his mother, but when he was in town, I'd bring him to practice. These kids were shooting threes from out of bounds, right and left-handed.
Wow.
So I saw the work that they were putting in. I saw the work that Dale was putting in with them. And did I know they would be as good as they are now? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, yeah.
But I saw the seed being planted. And so all they had to do was continue putting water on it. And feed it. And it was going to grow. And it's just great to see.
That's amazing, man.
Had some great years in Toronto. Was still upset with the Knicks trade. So when they would come, for the playoffs, I was ready, man.
Yeah.
And I don't like using the word murder, but
yeah,
I wanted to beat the brakes off of them. And I was talking trash, and I don't usually talk trash unless it's talk to me, but I was initiating.
Got you.
I got to the guard and I was talking trash. So I was still hurt by being traded from the city that I still love to this day.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, New
yeah.
York, that's my city, man. The fans, I love them and miss them. The valets, the ticket guys, the
Mm-hmm.
concession people, the restaurant owners, the fans outside, the Timberlands, the Peacoats, the
That's right.
Cashmere. I mean, all of that, man. That was it was a beautiful time. But that it was a business. So I played 2 years in Toronto. We almost beat Philly with AI to go to the
Mm-hmm.
finals. But Philly ended up going to play the Lakers. That would have been my second.
Uh-huh.
It didn't happen then. And after that, I had two. I went back to New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
signed a 2-year deal, but had a hairline fracture that I
Oh,
couldn't.
wow.
Yeah, couldn't work out like I wanted to, and it never
Mm-hmm.
got better. And so, me and Rod Thurn mutually decided. I played like 20-some games.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing well, but I didn't have that burst
I understand.
because I couldn't push off on my right foot. So
Yeah.
Rod Thorne and I mutually agreed to waive me so that someone else could have that
Someone
spot.
else. Yeah.
But another story attached to that, when I was in New Jersey, I was never a guy that would go to a club and stay until it closed. I would go, show my face, hang out, and I'm out of there by midnight.
Yeah.
But on this occasion, Jesse Armstead, who used to play the Giants, friend of mine, was getting traded to the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
And he called me, he said, man, Chris, I know you don't like coming hanging out late. Yeah, Mo Pete was tough. Yeah, left-handed Mo. Yes, sir. And he said, yeah, man, you know, I need you to come out. I'm leaving. 15-minute conversation. I'm like, all right, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I called my boy, got in the car, and this is when everybody had the Sky pages.
Yes,
right?
yep.
So we go to Justin's, the party's at Justin's, Puffy spot in the city. And it was just a weird vibe, man. So it's me, my boy Brad, my crew, and then it was MC Search from third base.
Yes, MC Search, yep.
His mom, I think it was pops and moms and manager. So we're all hanging out, you know, it was just a weird vibe, man. And I'm seeing dudes, how they, you know, moving a little
Just
bit.
kind of,
like,
you could just kind of peep the atmosphere, things kind of slow down and you can peep the vibe.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
I kept
about.
seeing them, people looking at their pages and this and that, right? And so I was like, hey, man, let's roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we start walking out, and there's a young boy out there with a Lakers starter jacket on, bobbing up and down. He was just bobbing. He's like, hey, how you doing, Mr. Childs? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. How you?
Mm-hmm.
And so as we're walking in like a tandem of four. So 4 and we're walking. And so MC Search and his crew, they go, and then my boy was walking. I said, I'm going to go get the car.
Mm-hmm.
It was my car. So as I turned around and walked to go get the car, dude run up on the side of me and slap my pocket. Right? So I turned around and square up. Like I'm getting ready to get busy. And when I square up, another dude came and pointed 38 at me.
Wow.
Right. And so then I look back, and there's 2 more cats got my crew up against the wall, but they got their hands underneath their shirt.
Wow. Dang.
So we don't know, they didn't know at the time they had guns or not. So as I put my hands up and the dude was like searching my pockets, I'm thinking, hey, if I grab this dude, can I shield him? I was like, nah, I'm thinking about my kids.
Yeah.
And I said, man, just take what you got. I ain't have but about $200.
Mm-hmm.
I had a watch. I had my grandfather dog tag on with some diamonds in his face. And they grabbed that. And luckily I had my keys and a magnet underneath the tire.
Got you.
I always kept the key there because I didn't want to be in somewhere and pull out my
keys.
pocket.
Yeah, loop the keys,
out.
yeah.
And so they didn't get that. So they took everything. And I had some diamond earrings. They said, let me get them earrings. I said, yeah, you can get them. You know,
yeah.
You know, you got it. And so after I did that, the dude that tapped my pocket told the young boy, shoot this in.
Talking about who?
He told the young kid with the gun, to shoot me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So at that time, I said, oh, I got a pinky ring. And as I got ready to pull off the pinky ring, I hear my boy Brad, he ain't got a gun. Call the police. Boom, they take off running.
Wow.
I say, Brad, come on, everybody else stay here, wait for the police. Brad, we go follow them because I know they going to the subway. So I'm in the car, bobbing and weaving and following. They running, they get in the subway. But at the time, as I'm driving, my boy calling the police. Get the police. Police find us. You Chris Child. Yeah. Get in the car with us. We got him. Bro, when I say like the show Cops, it was a show Cops. They shut down every subway.
Wow.
Pulled up to everyone, brought the guy. Is that him? Yeah. Is that him? Yeah. Is that him? So caught them all.
Whoa! Caught them all.
Caught them all. Hold on. Hold that. I'm going to finish the story. I got to do something. 1 second.
No, take your time, man. Hey, listen. Y'all are tuned in. If you tuned in tonight for Legends Week with Big Star, Raw Sports Films, and my man Chris Childs, man, you tuned in. You're listening to classic stories, man. Not just basketball stories, but just stories about life, man. The Legends Week series, man, it's all about paying homage to great players like Chris Childs, man. You know, everybody has a story. You know, we've seen him in the NBA and all that kind of stuff, but you know, everybody has a backstory. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we getting tonight, man. The backstory of the legend Chris Childs, man. This is definitely a blessing, definitely a treat, man. I'm just speechless. I don't know about y'all, but I did not expect all of this, man. He's giving it up tonight, man. The transparency is crazy, man. I appreciate his personality and just everything about him, man. Also, want to let y'all know, if anybody's missed the first part of this interview, when we're done, I'm gonna save it, upload it to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube. The link will be in my Instagram bio, and if you go to YouTube and just put in Raw Sports Films, that's the YouTube channel. That's where it'll be at. And also, if anybody has any questions for Chris Childs, you know, as we kind of, you know, start to close out pretty soon, or you know, whatever we do, start to type your questions in the comment section. I'm sure everybody wants to, you know, hear, you know, certain stories. You know what I'm saying? Start to type your questions in the comment section, and Chris will get to them as he you know, as he gets a chance to. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. We have an amazing audience, man. My man Chris just stepped away from the camera real quick to go do something. But this is amazing, man. The stories are just amazing, man.
All right, I got 20 more minutes because I got to go train a kid.
Okay, you're perfect. We good, man. We making perfect time. But continue there. You continue.
Yeah.
There.
And so, hey, Tammy, how you doing? That's my partner back in Boise's daughter, Tammy, live in Atlanta. How you doing?
No doubt.
And so they catch them all. We go every stop. They catch them. They put the bright light on them. Catch them. So
wow, that's crazy.
They was like, you got to come back to the police station. I'm like, all right. So I get there. They bring out the dude, the young guy that had the gun with the starter jacket on. He had a hole in his jacket, so he couldn't get the gun. They caught him with the gun.
Oh, wow. So he really had a pistol.
Yeah, they caught him with the gun. And so they brought back, I had my diamond earrings, my watch, and that was it. They'd have
You ain't get the dog tag?
No, because
oh, man.
I think, you know how that goes, man. Yeah. They ain't going to get everything. They got, somebody kept that.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, that's kind of had some significance to it because it was.
Yeah, I would have rather had that than anything.
Yeah.
You know, but it is what it is. And so, as I'm sitting there talking to the detective, he's like, all right, I'll be right back. You need anything? I said, yeah, I need a bottle of water. So as I'm getting my bottle of water, the other detective tapped me on the shoulders like, Chris. I turned around. It was a detective that I knew.
Wow.
That used to work at with the Nets. Security.
Got you.
So I said, hey, man.
Small world.
That guy in there, he said, I said, let me in there and lock the door. Because he told the dude to shoot me, shoot this in. He said, Chris, you know I can't do that. I said, I can't remember, I think it was Butch or something. I said, Butch, y'all do it all the time, man. I said, just give me 5 minutes. He look around. All right. unlock the door, let me in there, right? I said, lock the door.
Whoa, this is exclusive. Come on now.
So I look at the dude, I say, man, I gave you everything. You go shoot me? Tell him to shoot me. I said, I advise you to punch first. Because I'm getting ready to put these things on you.
I'm about to put these paws on you.
And he swung, and he missed. I hit him with about 10.
Straight from the west side.
Man, I was hitting him with, like, you can hear him go, ooh, ooh. And then I took the chair and I put it under his neck.
Yo.
And that's when the detective came in. He's like, Chris, what are you doing? I said, I just needed 5 minutes.
Wow, yo.
And after I told the guy who I was, I said, you go shoot me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm such, you know it. And his eyes were this big. And what they found out, thank you very much, Siobhan, thank you. They had guys in Justin's with sky pages relating people that were in there.
That's what they do.
Diamonds and jewelry and stuff.
That's what they do. Yep.
Chris and I go way back. Chris can't fight. D Wash, what's up, D? I don't pick them, man. I just protect myself.
Finish them. I know that's right.
That's all. And so they were relaying messages through Sky pages about who was in there and all the jewelry and stuff and whatnot. So,
wow, that's a setup.
One of the guys, the young kid who was 18 with the gun, he had already had another gun charge, so he got like 15 years. And everybody else got like between 7 and 8 years.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's a crazy story, man. That's crazy.
Who was that asking about training?
It says 904 Ralph. It says Chris. When are you going to train?
Oh, we're training. I got to go train tonight, a private session, but we'll be training again Saturday morning at 7 and Sunday at 6.
Hey, I know you gotta go. I'm sorry. I know you gotta go soon.
It was a hard foul, classic.
Hey, I didn't want to bring it up, but people want to hear the Bean story. They want to hear the Kobe. They want to hear the Kobe story, man. If you don't mind getting into it, I know you. I didn't want to bring it up, but I know you've probably talked about it a million times, and that wasn't my angle tonight. But I know people want to hear about it.
Oh, I thought you said Beans like Beanie Siegel when he said,
no,
"Man,
no.
you don't come from my world. It's too dangerous."
Oh no, no. I was talking about the Kobe Bryant. You know they call him Bean.
Yeah,
the Kobe Bryant story.
All right, man. Rest in peace. Rest in power.
Yes.
Icon. Global. Icon. Black Mamba. The quintessential NBA after NBA, classic gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
What he was putting together was going to be like no other. I'm gonna start it off that way because I think that's more important than what we went through.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't mind, real quick, even before you share as much or as little as you want to. Just about his passing and everything, how did it impacted you? Like, kind of stay there for a second.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Let me get what happened between us out the way, and I'll talk more in depth his passing. Back then, that's what basketball was. A young guy trying to prove himself, an old guy trying to stand his ground. Not an old guy, but a veteran.
A veteran, yep.
And we had got into a cross match with Allen took a jump shot, and basketball you're taught to get back if the guard shoots. And so as Allen was shooting it, Kobe would take off. And so I had to get back and get Allen's man. I pointed, got mine. So a couple times down the court, he hit me with a couple of elbows. I'm like, okay. And so I remember like it was yesterday, it was a referee, Monty McCutcheon. I say, hey, Monty, you gonna do something about this? And he gave me the emoji shrug.
Like
and that pissed me off even more. So I was like, I'll handle it. And I stepped to Kobe. I said, hey man, do that again, I'm gonna take off on you. And you know, we walked up on each other, and I know I pushed him. I pushed him, and we walked up to each other, and I kind of nudged him with my head. He gave me a little shot, and after that happened, it's just instincts take over. And, you know, the rest is history. You know, I never wanted that to be my end-all of who or what I brought to the game. I know it's stuff that the young kids like to see and the internet likes to put out there, but we have to keep in retrospect and keep in mind that what Kobe would always get talked about because he mimicked a great player. Everybody mimicked somebody. Rappers mimic other rappers. Actors mimic other actors. Singers mimic other singers. If you're going to mimic somebody, why not mimic the greatest?
Basically.
So when people say that, it's just idiotic. You know, because he perfected a game that hasn't been perfected before. See what I mean? So that adds more to his greatness. You know, who he is and who he was and who he is as a player and as a man. What he was able to do after going through some ups and downs, when I saw him tear his Achilles and get up and shoot 2 free throws and walk off under his own power, that lets you know the competitor that man was. And so everybody that competed against him, everybody that played with him, respected him to the fullest. His passing took a lot out of me at the time, and still to this day. Because when you have someone that achieves greatness on the court and is about to do the same thing off the court, you want to continue to see that journey that he's on. And unfortunately, God called him, had another game for him to play. When it happened, if it wasn't for the kids that I was training at the time, because I was training, I got like 50 phone calls and text messages. And once I walked outside and heard the news, I bawled. I lost it.
Wow.
And ironically, when I went to train that day, I had on a shirt of me and Kobe.
Wow.
That someone sent me. And I wore it for the kids, and I was going to tell the story of what happened. I had to gather myself and get myself together for the kids. So when I walked back in the gym, I called the kids that I was training. I called all the kids that were in there playing basketball. It was probably 50 to 60 kids. I told them, stop what you're doing. Come get in this circle. We're going to pray. And then I have some news to share. And I did it. I got through it trembling, explaining what occurred. And all they cared about was, hey, coach, we love you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, D-Wash. We love you. And they all everybody in the gym gave me a hug. Kids that I wasn't training. They were just
awesome.
Because I help all kids. I train, and if you're in there, and if I hear the ball bouncing differently than it should be sounding, I'll go and help that kid. And hey, won't you come join us? Because the ball needs to sound different when you're dribbling. So if it wasn't for those kids, it would have took me longer to, they never recover, but to feel whole again, because time stopped. You know what I mean? Time stopped, and I was in a fog, man, for about a good 2 months. You know, and because all I can think about is his wife, his other children, Gianna, her, Kobe, the other people on the plane, their families.
Yep.
The pilots, families.
Yep.
The airline or the helicopter service, those people, what everybody was going to have to continue answer to. That's tough.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's tough for any and everybody. So we can't just, yes, we can't remiss what Kobe went through and family, but everybody that was involved in that terrible ordeal incident, we got to continue to pray for everybody, all of them.
For sure.
You know, especially, you know, the families that, you know, lost their loved ones. They'll never recover. You know, it'll always be there. You know, we say through the grace of God that He, you know, covers us and, you know, keep us safe and, you know, get us through this. You'll get through it for a few hours out the day.
Yeah.
But my dad's been gone for 8 years, and it's not a time that goes by during the day that I don't think about it. And I want, you know, we want the physical.
Yep.
We want the physical, and you know, you got to have those moments, but you need the love and support of family, friends.
Yeah.
We got to get back to telling, you know, our fellow brother, just a brother or sister on the street, I love you, black man.
No doubt.
I love you, sister. I love you, queen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've got away from that.
Yep.
Of praising each other and picking each other up, stop putting each other down. And that's what I respected about Kobe, that he was doing that for women, you know, to get them equal pay, to get them recognized, and, you know, the Me Too movement and everything, man, because we all have sisters.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Our black women are queens, man.
That's right.
You know, treat them that way.
That's
praise
right.
them that way. You know what I mean? Bow down to them that way, because if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no us. Man.
That's right.
So Kobe was on that journey, and I'm trying to continue that journey with what I do when I'm mentoring these young men, when I'm out there feeding the homeless. If I just see a young brother walking down the street sagging and looking mean, you ain't got to do that, young blood. You know, be happy with your life. You know what I mean? Strive for something better.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Than sagging and banging and stuff, man. God has another purpose for you, but it's up to them to find it. And some kids be like, I ain't trying to hear that. And that's cool. And I say, I respect that. And I'll keep it moving. But I'm going to still let you know that the way you're going and how you moving, there's no good results.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man. That's how I get down, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, I'm going to let you go soon, because I know you said you got to go train soon. I'm just counting down. One last question, man, then we'll let you close out, you know, any way you want to. Twofold question. What are a few things that you've learned about life through the game of basketball? And then just a few keys to success, you know, anything you want to say to the younger generation. And then also,
I still got that jumper.
And then also, you know, for the gang culture, the kids need to hear, besides basketball, the life, you know, just life in general. Where I stay at, it's a little city out in Pennsylvania. The gang, it's like a gang in the city. It's like a different gang on every little block. You know what I'm saying? Like, the gangs are crazy. A lot of kids are going away from sports. And it's a lot going on. So just talk to the youth, man, in any way you want to, man. Well,
basketball itself, man, it teaches you, one, about competition, but it teaches you how to lead. All right, we need more leaders. You know, you have to be able to follow too, but we need more leaders. We need more young and older men to start coming back and leading these young men, because when I was growing up, I was raised by my mother, my father, my grandmother, my aunt, my neighbor, my neighbor's neighbor, my neighbor's neighbor's neighbor.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get out of line at all with anybody.
That's right.
And when I needed to know something, I would go sit on the porch or go to Big Mama house or go to grandfather's house to get knowledge. Now on social media, YouTube, and all that stuff is teaching our kids. You got to sit down with your kids and explain to them what life is all about. You got to get dictionaries you don't have the books anymore. You can get online, but I miss the old dictionary books when your child comes home and asks you, what does this word mean? My father would say, go get that book right there and you figure it out.
That's right.
Once you figure it out, I need you to come back and write it in a sentence.
Uh-huh.
See, these are life lessons. And so basketball, by my dad doing that, basketball taught me how to relate to people better.
Gotcha.
How to get involved, how to get in the community. If I can run a team in New York, the Knicks, if I can run that team, I can run more than that, so I can get out and talk to these kids.
That's right.
And let them know what life is all about from my perspective.
Yep.
I can't tell you about other people's perspective. I can tell you about my perspective, my heartaches, the things I went through, my story, my journey. And it's up to you if you will listen or not, but I'm going to share it with you. I've been around the gang life my whole life growing up. Was I in a gang? Absolutely not. They pushed me away from that.
Gotcha.
But I know what that life is like because I have friends that have died. I have friends that were in prison. My brother did 35 years in prison.
Wow.
See what I mean? My friend Hook Mitchell in prison. You know, that's if you're lucky. You know what I mean? So when you're out there, and a lot of them are portraying to be gangs members, but they're not. Because gang members, they play for keeps. You know what I mean? There's no negotiating. It's either I'm going to shoot you, you're going to shoot me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just advise all the young kids, and this is probably just a cliche. It is a cliche. Be a leader, not a follower. You know what I mean? They don't love you. You know, there's no love involved when you have to go kill somebody to be initiated in a gang. Yeah. Or you have to go take something that's not yours. Get in that gang of nerds. Yeah, facts. You know what I mean? That's the coldest gang now. Yeah. Because IT, techs, and all that, that's where the money is. That's right. So if you're gonna be in any gang, be in the nerd gang. Yeah. Because that's where all the money is, and go learn a trade. Continue going to college. Continue educating yourself. 1 degree is not enough these days. I advise young kids now they're going to school, speak different languages so you can travel, and not if you're gonna be a lawyer, do corporate law where you'll be able to travel, European law. Just continue educating yourself to the fullest because they're going to always ask of us to do more. Yeah, we have to go over and beyond. So don't give them the opportunity to close the door in your face because you already done put in the work to get your education so that your demeanor will speak for itself, the way you handle yourself, the way you speak to people, because you're always auditioning for somebody. That's right. Whenever you walk outside, you're auditioning. That's right. So be your best you. No doubt. I appreciate that, man. That's a great word to end on, man. I just want to say my thank yous real quick, then I'll let you close it out. Just want to say thank you so much. Thanks to our audience, man, our amazing audience that's joined us for the duration of the night, man. Thank you for your transparency. I mean, you pretty much, touched on, so many different things and different aspects, emotional journeys. I mean, you brought it all, man. And I appreciate what you said, like when you went to the rehab and the therapy, one of the things that it helped you with was to communicate and to get things out and to be transparent. So I experienced some of that with you, just in your transparency and just, how you've been able to process your life and then articulate it in a way that's helpful for others to hear. You know what I'm saying? And it's really good in the capacity that you are in now, like with the youth, mentoring, coaching, training. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure it's more, it's more to basketball than just playing basketball. You have those conversations with your players. You know what I mean? If they're going through things, you can sit them down and talk to them. So you're great at that, man. You have a great mouthpiece. You're a great brother, man. Without me even knowing you, just from what I've heard from you, you seem like a really good brother, man. So you're a valuable asset to the community. So thank you so much. Thanks for sharing with us tonight. Thanks for your legacy. Thanks for your contribution to the game, man. Anything you want to say to close us out, man? I'm going to just say this first. I'm going to be done with it. Tell your lovely wife, nice to talk to Amita. You guys doing an excellent job with your son. Thank you. Continue doing what you're doing, brother. A lot of other cats need to come on here and share because we're kicking knowledge and you're giving knowledge too. I can tell you're a good person and a good brother. You're a humble brother.
Thank you.
You know
God
what I
bless
mean?
you. Thank you.
You have a good spirit. So continue to shine, brother. Continue to shine and keep lacing these young boys on life.
Here she go.
Hey, how you doing, Queen?
Queen had to come make a guest appearance.
There you go. Yes, yes. Continue doing that, man. And if there's anything I can do for you in the future, brother, don't hesitate to ask. I got you.
Hey, God bless you, man. I mean, that reminds me one of the things that I like to do. You know, as far as paying it forward. If it's anyone
Hey, what's
that you
up,
would,
hey, Nick community, what's happening, Nick?
no doubt. If it's anyone that you would like to see on the interview, I greatly would appreciate if it's anybody, any other legends, anybody that we don't know about that you can help me get in contact with. You know, maybe Hook, Gary Payton, anyone that you can help me get in contact with. That'd be a tremendous blessing, man. I appreciate it.
I got you, man. I got some guys in line for you. I get V-Max.
Oh man.
I get I get franchise, and I get AI. I get us all together. I get them guys to come on, man.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much. I'll stay in contact and we're gonna make it happen.
All right, Siobhan Jones. Big hugs to you too, man.
Yeah, hey, well, I'll stay in contact. We're gonna make it happen, man. Have a great training session tonight, and I'll be in contact with you. Also, got to get an address from you in the DM. I'll send you my, get your information so I can send you some gear. I can send you some Raw Sports T-shirts and everything as well.
All right, no doubt.
All right,
brother.
All right, God bless you, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Yes, sir. Be easy. Peace.
All right, yep. Hey, it's your boy Big Star, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate the audience, man. This was definitely a classic. We went out with a bang. This was my last show of 2020. Legends Week, man. If this was your first night with Big Star and Legends Week, this is pretty much what it's been. I've interviewed, got my list here. I've interviewed. We started out with a lot of Philly legends: Rasheed Brooklyn-Borough, Jared Kears, Billy Owens, Flip Murray. Most recently, I've interviewed Bone Collector, God, Sham God, Corey Homicide Williams, Jerry Stackhouse, Shane the Dribbling Machine, Kenny Anderson, and tonight, we had my guy on, man, Chris Childs, man. If you're not following my page, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Follow me right now. I'll follow you back. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Raw Sports Films on YouTube. In 2021, it's definitely going down, man. I'm